FNAF AR is officially dead. So guys, the company Illumix who made FNAF AR is suddenly gone. They literally entirely left the community and abandoned everything. So I'm assuming everybody here knows what FNAF AR is, but to sort of recap, it's basically just a mobile FNAF game, also called FNAF Special Delivery, where you have to instead deal with animatronics literally coming inside of your own home. It's an alright game, at least on concept, and it released all the way back in late 2019, being created by the company named Illumix. The game up until this point had an alright sized community, but people have been somewhat annoyed with the franchise for a little bit now, because the last update the game had at this point was 7 months ago, just earlier this year. So it's safe to say that the game wasn't necessarily being worked on anymore, or at least very much. However, the company Illumix had seemingly disappeared off the internet, and no matter how many people tried to receive a statement from them or get some sort of update, they were left with no response. That is until recently, however, because today the Twitter user Mysco would tweet, "It is over. Illumix of FNAF AR fame has officially created new socials and a brand new website, and neither include FNAF AR as something they ever worked on. FNAF AR has been abandoned." So basically what this tweet is saying is that the company who was behind FNAF AR, obviously called Illumix, has officially entirely abandoned all their social medias and websites relating to FNAF AR. And the different accounts linked in the tweet show us brand new websites and Twitter accounts that go by the same name, but this time do not have any relation to FNAF AR at all. They're still a company that's focused on AR or augmented reality. However, there's literally no mention of FNAF AR ever happening at all. So basically, people are thinking that this is essentially them entirely abandoning the project. And in my opinion, upon scrolling through the new website and the new Twitter, that's honestly what it seems like is happening with the company. They boast about all their different accomplishments and connections to different news sources on their website, but they never include this huge game that they worked on. And especially when considering that they haven't even touched the game in months, that basically tells me that they're pretty much done with the game forever now. Mysco said it best themselves by saying, "It cannot be overstated how much of a waste this is. They had everything. They had a player base, they had a decent game going, they had people paying for their MTX, and literally all they had to do was pump out good models and updates once in a while." And yeah, it's actually somewhat saddening to see what is happening to the player base that they once had. I personally never really cared for Special Delivery all that much outside of watching a couple playthroughs on YouTube, but it seems like there were actually a lot of people eager to see what would happen with this game in the future, and it seems like it's just all been randomly thrown away. By the way, in case you were wondering, apparently this happened all the way back in June and we just never noticed. Nobody really knew for the longest time where the developers went, and apparently all this stuff is just now being discovered, but it's supposedly been going on for months now. Now, in my opinion, I have a few problems with this, and they all revolve around the shadiness of what this company is doing. Because while a lot of people are pretty against FNAF AR as a game because it's not the highest quality title, I'm still really annoyed that the company would just randomly decide to ghost everybody and never make any sort of official statement regarding where the game actually went. Like, it would have been fine if the developers just told us they weren't working on the game anymore and just decided to pursue other things. But the fact that they went as far as to make an entirely brand new website and other Twitter accounts just to try and hide from everybody makes it seem really sketch, if I'm being honest, because I just don't understand why they would throw all their success that they had away over this. The game itself, of course, is still up if anybody wants to play it, but honestly, I doubt anybody is going to be all that interested anymore after this. And I guess it's worth mentioning, while there isn't anything up for sale, they also do still have their merch store working, apparently. And according to that website, there should be new merch coming soon. So maybe if they end up running out of money, they'll end up coming back to that, but it's just annoying to see this in the FNAF community. Like, these are official developers we are talking about in this situation that were specifically hired to make this game, and they just decided to completely abandon it. Some other FNAF YouTubers like Johnny Blocks made their own similar statements about this, and they also seem pretty angry. Even if you completely despise FNAF AR, this is an official development company leaving its fans in the dust, brushing the fans aside without a thank you or here's the more adventures. Something cheesy, I don't care, just something for us, which I think is the best way to put it. Like, I don't know much about this Illumix company or anything, but the fact that they just entirely threw away their community pisses me off just objectively as somebody who doesn't even play the game. It also hurts in a FNAF community standpoint just because there's always a lot of drama going on in the community for various different reasons, and to see the official developers just running away from FNAF randomly really scares me for the future of it, and it may even scare people like Scott who are literally in the process of trying to find new game developers to take over his spot with creating new games. And seeing one of the companies just run away like this is a huge red flag. I've tried looking for anybody who could be defending this move just to see if there was some good out of this that happened, but it just seems like some random scummy company came in, made some money, and dipped to do other things, leaving their fans in the dust. I wonder what Scott will have to say say about this, or if he even does say anything about this, or if FNAF AR will even stay on the App Store. But let me know what you guys think about this, especially the ones of you who actually played FNAF AR, because I'm very confused to say the least about why they would do this. And maybe you guys have a better idea on what's going on. Anyway, subscribe and peace.